Luigi, I forgot to ask you this before, but why weren't you at the meeting yesterday?
That's another thing. What if, even though this is essentially kind of not first person, but narration off, what if Luigi is the killer? What if it would just suspect us that the main character wouldn't be the killer, but he is?
Sleeper agents.
Well,
no, I'm joking.
Yeah, but kind of like a red. They call it a red cardinal or red canary.
Okay.
In these senses, it's something that you think wouldn't. It's something to knock you off the track.
Okay.
To what?
Red herring.
A red herring. That's what it is.
Okay.
Something to knock you off your track. That you think might be a clue, but it's not, and it just knocks you off the track. So what if Luigi is the killer? And given the fact that he is the main character, that we wouldn't suspect that he would be the killer.
Okay.
By those norms of.
All right.
It's always good to have options.
Oh, you haven't read
Oh
this.
yeah. Well, Mario told me to get some rest as I wasn't looking very good. I was meant to apologize to all of you this morning about it.
Oh, I understand completely. I'm sure Mr. Krabs would have understood too.
What do you know? Yeah, so could you tell me about this meeting?
Of course. I arrived in classroom A around 9 p.m., where I saw...
We're at 9 p.m.?
The classroom.
Okay, so she wasn't there at 9 p.m.
Well, the murder occurred at 9:30, and she claims.
She claims to be at 9 o'clock. So unless there is an alibi there to support that theory, and even still, the murders happened 30 minutes later. So that still doesn't expel her, but it does add.
It makes it more difficult.
It adds challenges in the theory that she would be the killer, but doesn't necessarily knock out.
Yeah. Also, for reference sake, in that map we saw, the classroom is directly across from the dining hall.
So even that, it wouldn't. Okay, I feel like if that's the case, she was there at 9 o'clock.
We don't know how long she was there, though.
Exactly. She never said that yet.
Plus, there's also something about this line that kind of makes it suspicious.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, and 9 o'clock. So Mario was there at 9 o'clock, right? At the dining hall.
We don't know what time that was. We can assume it was before 8:45 at least, because Mr. Krabs wasn't there.
Yeah, and we can also. He wasn't there at 8:45 because Sans didn't see him or acknowledge him being there in the dining hall.
Yeah. Okay.
So those are two things that
Sans wasn't actually in the dining hall. He just saw Mr. Krabs going to it. So if Mario went there like super early, then Sans wouldn't have seen him. But if he went like right then.
So now we know that we already know the time the death happened, but we know when it could have not. You know what I'm saying?
We know at the time of death happened at 9:30. We just have to figure out where everyone was at that time.
Yeah.
And the time leading up to it, of course, because this would have taken time to carry out.
Yeah. Well, wait, the classroom. But Mr. Krabs said the meeting was in the dining hall.
That's the information I was waiting for you to piece together.
Yeah, I know. I heard that. I was like, oh, shit.
Huh? But he changed the location, remember?
Yeah, changed the location. Which, in theory, would make some sense that she arrived in the dining room and there was no one there.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Assuming this is true, that would be an explanation as to why no one was there.
Yeah, that's a kind of argument I'm going to put on myself, but still, you got to analyze and look over every piece of information that you have.
Right.
And scrutinize it with as much scrutiny as possible.
Yeah, he slid notes under our dorms, informing us of a location change from the dining hall to classroom A. But didn't Sans just say he saw Mr. Krabs walking to the dining hall?
Exactly, that too. That goes back to that.
So either her or Sans is lying, or something else is going on.
So now we had another suspect of maybe Sans lying, given the fact that those two informations aren't piecing up.
Yeah.
So either Sans is lying or she's lying. Yeah. Or they're both actually lying.
Yeah, that's a possibility too.
Huh? That's weird.
Would it be Fluttershy? Definitely weird. Who went to that meeting, Fluttershy?
Well, it was me, Parappa, Miku, 2D, and Peter. They all said they got the note too.
So she has more supporting her story.
Yeah, but they can easily go and interview those people. No.
That's all that happened.
Yeah. What I was gonna say. But now the people investigating can easily go back and question each person that was noted in that what's it called?
Statement.
That statement, and see if they got the note and see if it adds up. Which, if she is the killer, she kind of just screwed herself there, because now that it adds more evidence towards her lying to them. If an interview or an interrogation comes back false to what she is perceiving or saying.
All right. So what we have to do is basically see if the others can back up Fluttershy's story. If
they do, it lessens her chance of being the killer. And
it puts Sans in real hot water.
Exactly. It doesn't eliminate her involvement at all, but it lessens that theory.
Yeah. So we got so many suspects: her, Sans, Mario, and to a lesser extent Peter.
Yeah. Peter's just an idiot, but I still, you got to keep an eye on
the idiots.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't have the note with me, but maybe one of the others do.
Okay. Very ballsy if she's lying.
Yeah.
Because it's an easy thing to just confirm and cross check. So what's happened next?
We all waited there for you and Mr. Krabs, but you two never showed up. When the nighttime announcement played, which happens at 10, we all decided to go back to our dorms.
Okay. Did anyone leave during that time?
No.
I guess there's more of a mystery than I thought.
Dun, dun. Yeah, thanks, Fluttershy.
You're welcome.
So, allegedly, she and the other 4 were in this classroom from 9 to 10. Murder happened at 9:30.
Well, didn't she say she was in the classroom at 9? Oh, that was Sans said he was walking to the meeting at
8:45.
8:45. Okay.
There'll be a review of all this, not at the beginning of next slide. I put that in just in case.
Okay. Yeah.
And it has, so yeah, you don't have to memorize this at all.
Okay. I'm gonna still try and memorize it just so I have the information.
Yeah, but there'll be several refreshers.
Yeah.
Before you keep chatting with people, is there anything we've missed here?
Yes. Question the people who were noted on the what's it called? Who was claimed by Fluttershy to be with them at the time of the that period of the murder.
We could check. Oh, that's you.
We could check the crates behind Mr. Krabs. That's another good. Yeah, but easily could just. I wandered over behind Mr. Krabs to the crates and searched for more clues. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. Oh, wait. I caught sight of something pink grazing the bottom of the crate. So, you see it too. Is that blood? What if the blunt force trauma was the crate?
Could be. That would explain why Nagito's harping on the pan so much.
Yeah.
Because he's smart, he's just crazy.
Yeah. It matches the color of Mr. Krabs.
Why would there be blood on it? Whatever.
Okay.
Close enough.
I don't know. It's nowhere near the source of the blood. Strange.
Bloody crate's been added.
I think we've investigated everything in there, but like I said, question
the people.
What the now, bro?
I'd like to check the rest with the crew and see if anyone here has to know. Thank you, Luigi. You are smart. I hopefully you haven't done this before, but you know the basics of how to conduct an investigation. That, and speaking of investigations, I know what we need to do. What? We need to get a bunch of the friends together and play Among Us.
Oh God.
And
yep.
Just
That's good.
Just upload that.
Good shit.
Mario, and I walked out of the kitchen into the dining hall where we saw a few more people located around. I decided to talk to Miko, 2D, and Tito. Hey, how's you doing? Just managing, I guess.
Poor little Krabby. He didn't deserve to die.
Okay then. Yeah, I feel kind of guilty calling him a smelly shrimp now.
He's not a shrimp, though. He's a fucking crab.
Yeah, that's the joke.
I know. I'm sure we'll find out whoever did it. For now, do any of you two have the note Mr. Krabs gave you about the location change for the meeting? I've got one in my pocket if you want to take a look.
So, Fluttershy story's pretty much confirmed.
Well, let's make sure everyone has the note and it's the proper note of what she's claiming to be. But still, even if it isn't, that still raises questions for Sans.
Yeah.
Why weren't you at the meeting, though, Luigi?
Mario told me to get to rest as I wasn't looking so good. Another thing, real quick. Sans saw him go into the kitchen at 8:45.
Yeah.
But since it's right across the room, maybe he was going in there too, and then came to the meeting. It's not like he's saying he was at the meeting, I guess, at that time at like 9. He said it was 15 minutes prior, and given the fact that it's right across the room.
Yeah. He could have just gone to the dining hall to get food or something.
Exactly. So
And he was planning on going there, but then got into a struggle or something.
Exactly. And then, so we can also use that information of a possibility.
Okay. So, basically, Fluttershy's story is not confirmed, but both Tootie and Miku are backing her up.
Exactly.
And Tootie has the note. Let's see if the note says what Fluttershy claims.
If the note says what she claims, then that lessens her chance and now
Then she
raises
has,
suspicion for Sans.
Because she pretty much has an alibi.
She has an alibi.
Yeah, no matter what happens, Mario is suspicious.
Yeah, no matter what happens, Mario, I'm getting some really bad gut feelings about Mario, and I've learned in my life always trust your gut decisions in the end.
But yeah, whether Fluttershy or Sans is suspicious depends on the story itself.
Exactly.
Did he now? I don't remember if we read the last line. It basically said, "Oh, what happened?" Like, "Oh, Mario told me to go back to my dorm. I didn't feel safe."
Yeah, I did.
Ah, that's so nice of him. Such cute brothers.
Does that story not sound suspicious to you?
Exactly. I would say, like, she gets it.
Yeah.
No?
Here you go, mate.
Tato's the smart one. Miku's the pretty one.
By the way, if we get 4K subscribers, we're gonna get Miko wine, and then
God.
cheers to it on camera. So.
Yep. We're not getting to 4,000. We have like 2 at the time of recording this, despite having over 200 views.
Yeah, I mean, it's good viewing. We usually get some more subscribers on the hand. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and like.
Okay, anyway. Judy gave the note to me. Took a look at it. Alright, here's the note.
I've changed our meeting from dining hall to the classroom. A very convenient sake. The time is till 9 p.m. Don't be late. Okay, so like I said, if the note says that, there's an alibi there.
Yep. So the 5 people at the meeting have an alibi.
Okay.
But
So we can we're not necessarily cross them out. Or we can cross them out essentially. But
Yeah.
we still have to keep an eye on them.
I would also mention this makes Luigi look super suspicious.
No, that's why I said. Now I'm thinking, like I said, what if Luigi is one of the killers? Because the main character, it's a red herring, putting something that you wouldn't think would be the clue, but it is the clue. Yeah. So it's actually a reverse red herring, technically. Yeah. So.
But either way, because he's the only one in the crew without a note, only one who didn't go to the meeting, yeah. And while his story does make Mario sound suspect, it makes him sound suspect too.
By association of the story.
Yeah, Sans could still be lying for all we know. We have to find more evidence for that to disprove or disprove that.
So it's good now that we have a few people with an alibi.
Yeah, that narrows it down to 10.
It narrows it down to 10. Which might not sound like a lot, guys, but that's pretty important information to have.
Oh, this is just what the note says.
Yeah. Okay. It looks like Mr. Krabs wrote this, huh?
My note is exactly the same as that one. Mr. Krabby was so hardworking to write us all 6 individual notes.
That's odd though that Luigi never got a note.
Yeah.
Just in general, like why?
We'll see.
6. I never got one of those these notes.
Huh? You didn't? Did he forget you? Maybe he wasn't so hardworking after all.
Maybe he doesn't like hiring Italians. Maybe he's racist.
Didn't he make Luigi's assistant manager though?
Oh yeah. Well, maybe he's racist because he assumes all Italians can make good food. I don't know. But he's really that's positivity racism. Let's go.
That's not racism. That's a stereotype.
My apologies, everyone, for my ignorance on what the two differences were there for a sec.
Yeah. You're just digging your own grave by telling us that. She's referring to Luigi, saying like he doesn't have a note.
Do they not have like the Fifth Amendment? The Fifth Amendment.
There's no Fifth Amendment here. They're kidnapped.
That's fair enough.
There's no defense attorneys. There's no right to remain silent. If you refuse to be searched, people will probably think you're automatically guilty.
Yeah, which in the court of law, giving those not what's it called, not consenting to be searched, not saying anything without a lawyer present, you cannot use that in a court of law necessarily to back as evidence.
Yeah.
That evidence would essentially become nullified. Yeah. As there was a certain case that came out that I'm not gonna say.
All right, let's keep going.
Don't worry, Tato. Luigi's gonna solve the mystery for us.
He is the mystery. Well, I'll try. Mind if I keep this a note, 2D? Not at all, mate. I don't know.
Meaning location change notes has been added to the truth bullets. So what did you find out from them?
Well, I managed to get this note. I'm not sure what to look for now, though. Yes, look for sands. Okay. Another.
Or some evidence to prove him true or false.
What I would do is actually talk to more people first, then go around back to sands and see what. Just so they gain more information additional to back up any claims that might be present against sands.
Okay.
Damn, I really should go those. I am good at this.
This is you, by the way.
Oh, what the peck are you doing? What the peck? I turned around at the sudden shout to see the conductor and Didi at a whiteboard. It's just connecting all the dots, like you see the fucking movies.
Like the conspiracy theory board. I was just looking.
No, you're not. You're tampering with evidence. Evidence? Mara and I walked over to the commotion.
Hey, what's going on here?
Wouldn't you like to know, Fed boy? Wouldn't you?
Okay.
This picnic was about to vandalize Mr. Krabs' whiteboard.
No, I wasn't. I was just seeing what it wrote on it.
And why are you holding a marker pen, Amor?
Look, I was just bored, okay? I'm not good at this investigation stuff, so I wanted to find something to do.
That's kind of depressing, but carry on. Well, how about you go somewhere else far away from here?
Yeah, the whiteboard could be evidence. You shouldn't be drawing.
Yeah, you're still tampering with it. Everything and anything could be considered evidence if it links back or has some association with the case.
Especially the victim.
Case victim.
Yeah.
Do you mind if we check out the bar first?
Sure, I was just leaving anyway.
Good. Protection methods.
Yeah, because Mr. Krabs was like, we aren't going to talk about money at the next meeting.
Okay.
We're going to talk about how to prevent murder, and then he dies.
Huh. Which is very odd when you bring that up. Yeah. He wanted to prevent murder, yet he wrote a whole board of it, yet he is the one who was murdered. So that adds motive to the killer.
Like he was in the way.
Like he was in the way.
They could have, in theory, been planning to kill someone else, but warned Mr. Krabs would stop it.
Exactly.
So they're like, well, gotta kill him instead.
So we're gonna see 1, who doesn't like Mr. Krabs? 2, who would be more likely to get gain or motivate to kill Mr. Krabs so he doesn't, And 3.
There is no 3.
There's no 3, exactly.
3, I like pizza.
3, I like pizza. Ignoring the 2 birds, I scanned the board for anything worth nothing or noting. The words protection methods were written in the middle in red, with some other notes written around in black. Mr. Krabs really wanted to protect us,
And I guess this is more evidence that Mr. Krabs really wasn't here after all.
Which adds up.
Yeah, with Sans account.
That's the account. So we have some very conflicting evidence now. Both there was
The notes.
claiming an alibi,
Proving an alibi.
but the alibi it's never confirmed that Mr. Krabs himself was in that room.
Yeah, it's never confirmed Mr. Krabs. Well, no, they said he never showed up. All of them said that.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But they give them all an alibi. I'm saying that's what I mean. So Sans is telling the truth to a certain degree, and they're telling the truth to a certain degree.
Yeah, because the whiteboard's in here, so he wasn't clearly in here.
At it's somewhere within the time of the murder.
Yeah. So they're both telling the. So you thought they were both lying, but they were both telling the truth.
Now that I have evidence
Changing your opinions when new proof presents itself is what people should do.
What they should do, yeah.
Why'd he come to the dining hall if the meeting was in the classroom? This is too much for my head. Which kind of, if they're both telling the truth, leaves us with really only one suspect since Peter was with the alibi crew.
Mario.
Yeah. So we're back to square one.
Well, just like starts pouring up a huge thing of coffee into a cup, just intense.
Right. Whiteboard's been added. Wait, Luigi, you were the first to find the body, right?
Well, technically, Fluttershy was the first.
Why were you there so early then?
I guess since I went to bed earlier than usual, I woke up before the morning announcements. I decided to wait outside the dining hall where I met with Fluttershy and the Yonder-chan. When the morning announcements played, we all went inside and found Mr. Krabs soon after.
Well, I guess this means you should have more early sleeps then.
I don't even think that I was important. That was an important part. But it may be worth remembering what happened in the morning. Sometimes you have to also look into what happened after the events of the death.
Because the cover-up operation.
Yeah.
Morning account.
So there's the pre-stage, if it's what's it called, premeditated murder. Yeah. That's why we have different types of homicide levels. First degree is intended and premeditated. Second is not premeditated but intended. And third degree manslaughter is technically just manslaughter at that point. Yeah. Because there's no intent. And no pre.
Alright, well, you keep on investigating, bro. I got to go take a piss. Yeah, do you want me to get you one? I'll cut this part out while I'm gone. If you say something funny, I might leave it
I was just,
Alright, I'm back.
You gotta keep the Jeopardy in there.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, he needed to get water. We've been talking a lot. Yeah. We usually have that beforehand.
But, we came ill prepared for this.
Alright.
I shrugged him while I was the poacher and turned back to the kitchen. I should have probably just checked with Peter and Forever about their notes too. As I walked back into the kitchen, I was startled by the sudden call of my name. Luigi, over here, pal. Come on, you get some za, some gabagool.
Okay then.
Sorry,
It's okay. Huh?
I wandered over to the small dog, who pointed to a coin. I think I found some evidence. Is that the mana coin? Do you think it's important? Everything's important when it comes to the case, especially if it's in the area of the murder, or related some way in the case. It could be. Mr. Krabs loved money after all. What if that's a calling sign? That there was a coin there.
A calling card?
Calling card. Calling coin.
Okay.
What if we have the person in further future murders and leaves behind something that relates to the person who was murdered as a calling card to signify?
Well, the problem is, assuming we figure out who the murderer is, they're gonna die.
Yeah.
So if this is the case, that probably won't happen again unless someone wants to really effing confuse people.
Yeah. Exactly. Confusion is the way that people get away with murder in the first place.
Fair enough.
So what? It's probably just fell out of his pocket or something. Don't act so high and mighty for finding something that's useless. Ashley, you are a BITC.
Yeah, she is. Hey. Oh,
it was my part, bro.
Sorry, I keep getting trigger happy. Actually, it couldn't have come from his pocket.
Well, why is it that? He has no pockets. He has no.
Well, no, he has pockets.
Yeah, I'm joking.
Peter and I had a conversation with Mr. Krabs about his money, and he told us he hid all of what he found in his dorm room.
So who's his roommate?
He doesn't have one. They all have their individual dorms. Otherwise, the murders would be way too easy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Both to do and figure out.
Yeah. Well, who would have somewhat of an access to the dorm?
They have their own keys.
So someone would have, if Brian is claiming that, then someone would have had stolen Mr. Krabs' key.
Or they just had a monocoin of their own.
That too. And they staged it as a red herring.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, yes, it's a red herring, but it's a risky one.
Yeah.
Because, Monokuma gave monocoins to a group of people at the beginning. I'm not going to say who they were. You have to remember that yourself. And there's also monocoins just laying around as evidenced by Mr. Krabs, so...
Let me just pull up the first video on my phone.
No. In theory, anyone could have put that there.
Yeah, in theory.
But, yeah, it didn't come from Mr. Krabs' pocket is the important part.
Exactly.
It's the culprits, basically. Anyway, here's Peter's funny line.
I was just asking to borrow one. I was thinking of getting that blue chick a little something.
Peter's crushing on Miku.
How old is Miko, by the way, before we begin with this?
She's a program.
So...
And she's the program is 13 years old, but I don't know how old she's programmed to be.
But wouldn't that make her 13 then by default, technically?
I don't know.
Damn. Peter's about to catch a case, dude.
He already did it with Tato, yeah.
Yeah, he's just gonna walk into a room. He's like, can you have a seat there, good sir? I want to talk with you, I'm right. Chris Hansen with Deadline.
How'd you get in here? This place is locked. Oh, the door's been open the whole time.
Yeah. No one can escape Chris Hansen.
Okay, then.
I thought a lot. I thought you had a wife, you unfaithful bastard.
Are you surprised?
I'm not, but still, there's still a possibility that he found it before the murder, though. The fucking face, man. These images are just so cursed, but it's great, too.
There wasn't many good ones for Parappa either, I'll admit.
I think that adds, though, to
it adds to the comedy.
It adds to the comedic effect. So, what I found isn't important? Ah, man. Don't worry, Parappa. Ashley's just a bitch and, said she hasn't found any evidence of her own.
Yeah, Parappa's actually pretty chill.
Parappa is a G. He's good.
All right, then.
Just a moment. I'm still not sure about her. She's not in the crew.
She's not in the crew, and you thought she was the first murderer up until Mr. Krabs was the victim.
Yeah, and then I put together people who would have incentive or in the generalized area.
Yeah. Do you still suspect her a bit?
Like I said, I suspect everyone at some level to being the murderer.
So not as much as anyone else.
Some more than others, yes.
Okay.
But sometimes it's the people that have almost no connection to the murder in a sense to be the murderer.
Fair enough.
Or no direct connection at least.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of cases of people in real life having no connection to being a part of the person being murdered, but they have connections who are connected to the person who was murdered.
Wheels within wheels.
Wheels within wheels.
All right.
We all turned to see Yonder-chan eyeing the body. Suddenly, she knelt down and calmly started feeling around in the crab's pockets.
I mean, you gotta check.
Yeah, no, I don't. There's nothing wrong with that. That's actually not a bad idea.
It's creepy, but it could save their lives.
Yeah, it could. Or not save their lives. I mean, his life at least.
Not his, but everyone else's.
Also, still having issues with the ascot.
Yeah, I know. No, because I made this well before. I actually I decided to once I got caught up, I decided to keep it for comedic effect.
Just so it's a nice little Easter egg.
Yeah. Right.
Which will no longer be discussed from here on out. So hey, what are you doing? I can confirm there's no mana coins in his pocket. And does this change anything? He could have just found one. I don't think the mana coin belongs to him. Really? Zoinks!
What, did the killer leave it behind?
Precisely. I'm not sure yet. That was helpful, I swear to God.
Yeah, what if
she's not a child, if so
she is a child. She's like 15.
Just kicks his fucking field goal.
Ah, Charlie Brown.
Yeah. If you haven't guessed yet, I'm a very, not sadistic person, but I have a very dark sense of humor.
Oh yeah, we've noticed.
I'll keep a note, just in case.
Done. Monocoin's been added.
Parappa. Wow, she touched a dead body like it was nothing. It was kind of weird, but kind of cool too, like an actual detective. All I found was a stupid coin. Don't beat yourself up, Parappa. You found evidence. That's all you need to have. Ashley found nothing. Don't let you get your down.
She found the crate.
We're not counting that.
You said it might be the murder weapon.
Fuck, I did say that. Damn it. I have to give a character I hate credit. Damn it.
Oh boy.
Well, if you never found that coin, then she wouldn't have looked in his pockets, right?
Yeah, true.
That's fair. Yeah. I guess so.
Hey, Luigi, I'm back.
And he just appears out of nowhere like David Blaine. Yeah. Oh, hey, Mario.
So, did you find anything else?
Not much. Just a few things.
Do you think we need to discuss anything else? Oh, this is the last bit of evidence, I think.
Did they not question Sans yet?
No, they didn't re-question him, but they found the whiteboard.
Yeah.
But yeah, they probably should do that.
If they did,
but they aren't going to.
No spoilers there, but it's just...
This chapter's almost over.
I feel like if I was in here, I probably at this point would have found more credible information and who is,
Where?
Given the fact it's a fictional story, I'm not gonna praise it too much. But that's what I hate though, is I'm watching like movies or stuff that are so like, I know it's a movie, I know there's a lot of plot armor behind a lot of these things, but a lot of these movies could have easily ended within like the first 5-10 minutes of them starting. Because of what they could have done, that would have made a lot more logical sense than what
yeah, but this is for a dramatic effect. Plus, part of the way Danganronpa works is like obviously it's about who within the story, but you, the player / reader, need to know how it happened in order to fully understand the story. So, usually, even if there's obvious evidence that points to the killer, that'll be the last thing discussed. Yeah. Simply so the player knows everything that went down.
Yeah, that's fair. And plus, you give us more content to make this video, so... Yeah. Right. Well, the murder did take place close to the nighttime, so maybe we should have discussed the nighttime rules.
The murder was before nighttime, not during nighttime. Does that really matter?
It would if you're the killer. It would have. Maybe, but I want to check just in case.
Okay, well, nighttime's from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. And during that time, the gym and the dining hall are locked. And since the murder was in the kitchen, those rules don't matter. So,
But don't you have to get to the kitchen through the
dining room? Yeah, you do. So basically, after killing Mr. Krabs, the killer had 30 minutes to set up the scene.
Uh-huh.
Before they would be before they would either have to leave or stay in here all night.
And staying there all night and trying to leave as soon as... What they're called.
Well, they couldn't leave as soon as it opened. If they did, they would have run right into the 3 people waiting at the door. Us, Fluttershy, and Yandra-chan.
Yeah.
Not to mention, the group of 5 left the classroom at 10 p.m. So they had less than 30 minutes.
Yeah. And so the killer...
So the cover-up operation had to be quick, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it had to be a quick cover-up. It would have had to happen within a 30-minute time period. Yeah.
But Mario, of course, is being stupid and saying, or intentionally being stupid, and saying, oh, the rules don't matter. The killing was at 9:30. Which
it does matter because you would be trapped in there and you have to cover up within that 30 minutes or less. I just don't want to check.
Actually, I think checking the rules is a great idea.
So do they say the murderer is at the end of this?
Not at this, no. After the investigation, there's another part of this chapter which we are not going to do. It's the longest part. It's the debate.
We're gonna have to.
We'll do that another day, and we're actually gonna cut that into 3 separate parts because it's so goddamn long. I already found 2 good stopping points within.
We're gonna have to. We're gonna do it over a weekday. We're gonna have it every other day.
Yeah, but don't worry about that because that one will take forever. So that's why I'm splitting it up into 3 separate videos, and we aren't going to do it all, record it all at once either, because our voices would die. Mine is already dying. Yeah. Checking the rules is a great idea. You again? And just to add on, water is also turned off during these times, and we can't sleep anywhere other than our dorms.
All right, then.
I remember a comment you made earlier about Mario having blood on his hands.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting considering the water's turned off.
Exactly. So, if whoever would have killed him, and it's all cut off after 10, you said?
Yeah, water cuts off after 10.
Exactly. So, there would have been enough, I would assume, enough time to, once done with the scene, wash off your hands.
Yeah, but...
given the fact that he is wearing gloves.
Replace them.
Like, he uses his actual hands to do it if he doesn't want, and then put the gloves on.
Okay. Yeah, Mario's back on the suspect list since we have a lot of evidence for Fluttershy's alibi and some evidence to back up Sans' account.
Yeah.
All right, then. It's also worth noting this is not a court. You just have to convince the people.
Yeah.
This is not a court where it's like jury will disregard. There's nothing that gets disregarded here.
Yeah. I was going to say, because like we were saying earlier, there's some information that you cannot disregard given laws that protect the person. The defendant, just as in like unlawful searches, any form of what's it called? Anything said after Miranda rights or anything before Miranda rights were given out.
Okay. Yeah, not to mention, I also read somewhere that like attorneys, if their client is clearly guilty, they've confided in them and they're guilty, in order to get them off the hook,
your best
you just press the officer on whether or not they followed the proper procedure in getting the Miranda rights.
Exactly, because at that point the entire case can be thrown out.
Yeah, and obviously, if it's a murder trial, that might not be enough. Yeah,
at that point. But if it's maybe like,
but if it's like a speeding ticket
or steal, or
even thievery, yeah,
even thievery. Homicide is a whole nother, like I said, deal. Yeah. There's a lot more evidence that needs to be put in to prove a person
innocent in a homicide.
Yeah, especially if it's like I said. Even also to claim self-defense in certain situations, it's very intricate in terms of how this is more. I by no means am a lawyer. Don't take any of this as legal advice. We're just sending out facts onto what is what.
Yeah, alright, Mario rolls his eyes. We all know. So the nighttime rules have been added.
Ding dong, bing bong. Are you China?
No. This isn't China.
Did you not get the joke?
Oh yeah, the bells.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna go with England because of Big Ben, but didn't that stop?
What the
Clock?
The clock in Big Ben? Oh yeah, there was a fire there. I think.
Oh okay.
Well,
Well, that was Notre Dame.
No, there was a fire over at Big Ben too. I believe a few months ago.
All right.
There's some issue with the bell.
All right. Well, regardless, we're in a school somewhere.
Yeah. Everyone has stopped whatever they were doing and glanced to the nearest monitor that displayed the arguably hated bear.
So I'm getting tired of waiting. Let's jump right in, shall we? Please report to the red door near the gym, and the fun can begin.
I'm Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
I guess it's a timer, huh?
Don't worry, Luigi. We'll find out who did it in no time. Wait, he said the red door, right? Looks like we can finally figure out where it leads to.
There's better be some Pawtucket beer behind that door. I'm craving a drink.
Peter, someone died and we need to figure out who did it. I don't think being drunk is going to help.
It might actually.
I mean, it might help, just not for him.
No.
No, actually, you're right. It might help. The killer might spill something.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why, interrogators should use that method. Just see the person fucking destroy.
I think that's illegal.
If
Well,
someone
not
finds
here,
out.
but...
But yeah, I'm just saying in general.
Not here, but
Not
there's
here.
no alcohol here either.
No.
Just not even waterboarding equipment.
Damn it. You could just get a knife, just like cutting everyone's fingers digit by digit.
Well, yeah,
Unless
but how
you're
do you
not-
know they're not? What if someone just says, no, I didn't do it, but you don't believe them?
Keep going until they make it more convincing. I don't know.
Okay, everyone made their way to the door.
Everyone soon made their way to the mysterious door, which was now unlocked. Inside was a small bare room with what seemed to be an elevator on the fourth side. You can always do it was a Chinese water torture.
Ah,
You know what that is?
no.
So they strap you down on a
Oh, I'll look it up. Actually. Okay. We need to finish this quickly.
Okay. Probably might get demonetized too. But it would. Yeah, not as educational purposes.
Ah, it seems that I was correct. I'm gonna have to put a not for kids disclaimer on this video between everything we've been talking about and the picture of Mr. Krabs being the background for 90% of the video.
Just you put it as not for kids, especially in like when they
Side of me.
The secret side of me, I never let you see.
I might have to cut that out.
Oh, yeah, copyright, yeah.
Correct about what? This elevator will lead us to the trial room.
Trial room. He's treating this like a bloomin' court case.
It should be. Mr. Krabby was a very nice man. He deserves justice.
Justice, no peace. Justice, no peace.
Oh, God. We are so getting demonetized for making so many conflicting statements.
Fuck him. At the end of the day, this is all just for fun, shits and giggles and fun.
Fair enough. Yeah, what kind of cruel monster did that to him?
One of us, according to the beer. He said, really, though, I still can't believe that. Me too.
Me too! Would you just die already? Oh, please have mercy on my soul. I just come to hurry you onto the elevator. Trials can't start without the participants, so get a move on.
I feel like this is like just a dubbed down version of Saw, but without the torture.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, just wait until we get to the execution.
No. It's a firing line. Guillotine.
So if only it was that easy. If only it was that quick.
Thrown into a fish tank.
Oh,
full
just
of
wait.
piranhas.
Just wait. You'll
Okay.
see. Oh, the deaths are custom made to each
Nice.
person based on their abilities, experiences. to make them feel as much pain as possible, not just physically, but emotionally as well in
And
their final
mentally,
moments. Yeah.
It's fucking sick. I'm down.
Yeah.
Monokuma jumped into the dark corner and vanished illogically, once again leaving everyone to eventually board the elevator.
Hey, Luigi.
Mario put a soft hand on my shoulder after seeing that my face was full of unease.
We're gonna find out who did it, and then we can leave together. You just got to stay strong.
Doesn't kill you, makes you
Stronger, stand a little taller.
Fuck, I don't know the rest of the chorus. I only nodded in response, struggling a small smile in return. We boarded the elevator with everyone else, and soon the door closed. After a brief moment, it started to move down. The ride was somewhat shaky and jittery, and the sound of the clinking mechanism echoed throughout the enclosed space.
Sounds like a shitty elevator.
It's a shaft. It's a shaft.
Fair enough.
I opted to focus on my uneven heartbeat, clenching my fist to calm down. Yeah, they call it an elevator. It's kind of a
Mine shaft, yeah.
yeah. It's not even it's a different thing.
This elevator sure is taking a long time. Yeah, how far underground do we need to go? I'm sure there isn't long to go now.
The elevator continued for what seemed like an eternity, until it finally stopped with a loud ding. The door opened to reveal a large room with podiums laid out in a circular format and a high throne on the fourth side.
Welcome, welcome! Aren't you just so excited for this?
Pecno. What is the purpose of this room?
Oh, so you can do the trial, silly? This seating means that everyone can see everyone, which is such a revolutionary idea. Now, everyone, please find the seat, even though they're not seats, with your name on it, and be snappy about it. They're podiums, not seats. It bugs me. Yep, this is it. This is where they'll be standing. This is the order they'll be standing in, who they're next to.
Yeah.
And note how Mr. Krabs is X'd out.
You don't say.
Oh.
Everyone reluctantly found their seats instead of their assigned podium. It felt strange to see everyone as much as they could see you, all with the same feeling of doubt and suspicion. It made me feel all the more on edge. For now, we need to find out who killed Mr. Krabs. Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
No, there's a little more.
Fuck.
It's like a recap, and there will be a good Dragon Ball Z moment.
Okay. We need to edit that part out. We're gonna add the actual.
No, I'm gonna keep it.
Fuck. Okay.
All right.
Eugene Krabs. He was loud, boisterous.
This is Luigi reminiscing on him.
Yeah.
On
What do they call those? Isn't it like his
memoir?
Yeah. He was loud, boisterous, and loved money more than any of us. But he had a strong sense of leadership and only wanted to help guide us in our time of need. Still, someone like him got murdered. Who could it be? Is the killer really one of us? Even if it is true, that's something I just can't believe. But we have to find the killer. To avenge Mr. Krabs, we have to find the truth. And so it begins, the battle between hope and despair, truth and lies, trust and doubt. The first class trial has begun.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.